Viewers, let's shift focus. India has raised concerns at the United Nations over attacks on commercial shipping amid the ongoing West Asia conflict. India highlighted the impact of the crisis on global energy and fertilizer supply chains during a special meeting of the UN Economic and Social Council. India's representative Parvathin Harish stressed the need for a balanced response combining short-term and structural measures along with international cooperation. And he said that a mix of short-term and structural measures along with stronger international cooperation is essential to address the crisis. He also stressed that targeting commercial shipping, endangering civilian crew, and disrupting freedom of navigation in the Strait of Hormuz is unacceptable and called for full respect of international law. Let's listen in.
Since the outbreak of the conflict in Iran and the Gulf region on the 28th of February 2026, India had expressed deep concern and urged all states to exercise restraint, avoid escalation, and prioritize safety of civilians. We have urged all states to promote dialogue and diplomacy and de-escalation of tensions, and to purposefully address underlying issues. We have also called for respect of sovereignty and territorial integrity of all states. An aspect of particular concern for India, for its energy and economic security, relates to commercial shipping through the Strait of Hormuz. India has deplored the fact that commercial shipping was made a target of military attacks in this conflict. The precious lives of Indian seafarers aboard ships have been lost during the course of the conflict. We reiterate that the targeting of commercial shipping and endangering innocent civilian crew members or otherwise impeding the freedom of navigation and commerce in the Strait of Hormuz are unacceptable. International law in this regard must be fully respected. We strongly urge that safe and unimpeded freedom of navigation and global commerce through the Strait of Hormuz be restored at the earliest.
Aditya Vadavan is joining me. Aditya, what more can you tell us on this? All right, we'll try and re-establish that connection very shortly, viewers, but this is the latest development that we're sharing with you on NewsX. India has raised concerns at the United Nations over attacks on commercial shipping amid the ongoing West Asia conflict. India highlighted the impact of the crisis on global energy and fertilizer supply chains. Rumi Mishra is joining me. What more can you tell us?
Vaishali, well, India's permanent representative to the UN has raised concerns at the United Nations over attacks on commercial vessels in the Strait of Hormuz, calling with Parvathin Harish calling the targeting of civilian shipping and crews unacceptable amid escalating tensions in West Asia. Speaking at a special meeting of the UN Economic and Social Council, Harish warned that attacks on commercial shipping threaten global energy and supply chains days after an India-flagged vessel came under an attack off the coast of Oman. This meeting particularly focused on safeguarding energy and supply flows, supporting global development through international cooperation. In fact, in a social media post on X, Harish also said that he had shared his views on the current crisis and India's approach to the recent energy and fertilizer crisis triggered by the conflict in West Asia. I'll read out his social media statement as well. He stated, and I'm quoting him, shared India's approach to the recent energy and fertilizer crisis in light of the West Asia conflict at the special meeting at the UNECOSOC on safeguarding energy and supply flows. A combination of short-term and structural discussions were made, and we discussed measures alongside international cooperation, which is essential to respond to the crisis. He also reiterated that targeting of commercial shipping, endangering civilian crew, and impeding freedom of navigation in the Strait of Hormuz are unacceptable. International law in this regard must be fully respected. Yes.
All right, thanks for joining me. And with that, viewers, it's time for a short commercial break. But there's a lot more coming up on the other side. Stay with us.